Oh boy. Alright, for the next day, had time to think about my stuff, discussed with a couple of people. First thing to do, since I had the issue with the cam sensor, was to change the tune to batch fire, which turns off the cam sensor to see if that makes the car start properly. So before I continue, I'll just give you an example. So the tune has changed. My laptop just died, but so, right, just prying the system and so it starts, it runs. It was a bit shaky, but obviously changing to batch fire, you know, the tune ain't perfect anymore. So what does that mean? It means that the problem is isolated, hopefully, the problem is isolated to the cam sensor right now. So there's three things that I'm going to do. I'm going to start by checking if the connector is getting 12 volt, ground, and I'm not sure if it's 5 volt, but the signal from the ECU. So I'm going to start with that. Then I'm going to check the pins to see, any pop out or anything, visually what they look like. And finally, if that all passes, I think it means that the stupid GM sensor that I just bought is defective. So let's do those three things. All right, so fairly simple. This is the connector for the cam sensor. Check the pin out. So red is constant 12 volt, black is ground, purple is the signal to the ECU. So multimeter. For now, I have my ground with these little clip, and we will check if it has constant 12 volt. And it does, constant 12 volt. Right away, let's check if there's signal from the ECU. We are getting 2.3 volts. And now to check the ground. All right, so now let's see, I'm using the ground as a ground source. I'm getting 12 volts also. So that means that everything is good in this connector. So now I'm going to take it apart and see if anything seems crushed or if these pins are loose or anything. Alright, so I took the pins out of the connectors. Nothing looked really wrong, but I closed the tolerance of the pins. I don't think it's going to be that. Honestly, I'm really leaning towards a stupid defective cam sensor. But we're still going to retry one last time. So now I have to load back the map with the cam sensor turned back on. So I'm going to have to do that right now first. So just so you can see, now my ignition type is back to regular GM LSX 24 tooth crank sensor. And so now what we have to do is turn the ignition on. I will do USB link. Now it's going to say that it failed because it doesn't match. So we're going to do send to ECU. Alrighty, so let's see if it starts or if we get that same issue as before. Alright, so getting an error once again with the cam. Alright, let's pull the intake and change the cam sensor. Alright, old cam sensors back in. Let's just make this job of reinstalling the intake much quicker for you guys. Alright, everything's back on. Intake is torqued. Everything's plugged back in. Moment of truth. Let's try starting it.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. It was a defective cam sensor. Straight from GM. As if I haven't had enough this year. I can't believe it. I'm speechless. Well, everything's running good. Well, that was definitely a learning experience. Never rule something out just because you think, comes from the dealer, comes from GM, that it it can't be bad. A big thanks to Dustin at Down Low Motorsports, because since the beginning of the season, starting from the LZ World Tour, without even knowing me, he's been helping me out, checking out my tune, checking the data logs, and giving me pointers and things to check. So a big thanks to him. He's located in Orlando. He has a dyno shop, and I'm guessing he does other motorsports stuff. So go check him out if you're in the area. Hey guys, welcome back. We are back at iCar as usual. So it is a Wednesday prior to a DMCC event, and all DMCC drivers can come practice. We have like 2 hours, and the track is only open, well, the drift park is only open for DMCC drivers. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be getting any tandem driving in today, because it seems that I'm all alone, which is still pretty cool, getting the track to myself. So we're about 30 minutes in advance. Maybe some other people will show up, but we'll unload. The goal today is just to make sure that the car is finally fixed. Let's go driving. Alrighty, I did a couple of outings and car's feeling good. Up to now, still haven't gotten any faults. I sent some logs to Down Low Motorsports in Florida. He's gonna make some touch-ups on the fueling, but other than that, he says it looks pretty good. And the car feels really, really good, like way better than JDM Fest. Like, first of all, I don't know if I'd mentioned on video, I switched the calipers because I have OEMs at 32 calipers and I have Part Shop Max calipers. And the OEMs were on my e-brake and the Part Shop Max for the foot brake. And as you saw in the previous video that Rome said, there's something wrong with your e-brake. It's like not locking on one side. I just swapped the calipers since the Part Shop Max are brand new, and I feel it locks way better. Like a lot of times now that I think of it, a lot of times I'd rip the e-brake and the car would just shoot in, and I wouldn't know why. And it's probably because only one wheel was locking. Now both wheels lock. It's like planted, it's predictable, so I'm really happy. I have a bit of tread left. Let's go finish the tread on the tires. gotta say it was a successful evening. I like these types of evenings. So car went phenomenal. I'm driving way better, way deep. I don't know if it's the alignment, it's me, I don't know, but I drove way better, and hopefully you guys saw the difference between JDM Fest and the footage that you guys just saw now. So the only thing is I realized that the car started leaking a bit of oil. And it looks like it's coming exactly from the same place as the beginning of the season, which is like rear corner of the oil pan. So I'm gonna put it on the lift, I'm gonna inspect it. It's like not too much, just a little spot, but I just don't want it to get worse. For some reason this motor has a lot of crankcase pressure, and like the catch kind of, there's a little oil that fills up but not a lot, so it's like something's not working properly. So got to figure that out. In the worst case, I'll just smear a bunch of gasket maker on the outside because I don't have time to pull an oil pan before grid life. So but I'm happy, good results. Car drove really well, like motor wise, no cutting, no nothing, so knock on wood, we fixed it. But yeah, time to pack up and go have some supper. So thanks for tuning in. Once again, as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps me out. And we will catch you next time. Have a good one.